Hello. Now we'll talk about the frozen set. So, what the frozen set is? So, it's the immutable, which is equivalent to plain set, which is mutable, right? Apart from the fact that you cannot mutate these collections. So, the interesting thing is this frozen set is hashable. That means you can create a simple set, this plain set of the multiple frozen set, because the set takes as an argument which is the hashable object. Right? So we can create a set of the sets with the help of frozen set. Now, to create a frozen set, there is no literal, so you can use the frozen set functions, right? So here we have this set functions, right? We can check the hash. It's not hashable. Set function is not hashable as well because it is mutable. But when we create the frozen set, right? Here we are getting the frozen set. We are passing this value three element over here. Now, when we take the whether this element is hashable, yes, it is. This frozen set is hashable. So we can create a set of the frozen set. Like here in the set, we have created a two frozen set, right? Let's see that here S3 we have this, right? So now we can create it, right? Now, how about the copying the frozen set? Again, remember when we had discussed about when we were copying the tuple. So again, tuple is the immutable object. That means when you copy the immutable object, so there is no point, right? So you, because the both object you cannot copy or you cannot change the both object, right? So the copying are identical. So if you copy the element, it will be identical with each other, right? Because you cannot add or remove any element. Let's see that. Here we have this tuple. We have this tuple 2. We are creating tuple 2 with the help of tuple function. So this is like using the tuple function or creating a copy of the T1 and storing as a T2. When we check the is operator, it is true, right? Now, but when you try to do the same thing with the list, this will give you false because both are mutable object, right? Now, the same thing happens with the frozen set because frozen set is unhashable, right? It's immutable. If you do create a copy of the frozen set, both object will be same, right? Here, first check with the simple set. Both are false. Now let's check with the frozen set. Here we can check that with the is operator we are getting true as a result. Now same goes with the copy. When you use the copy method, right here the frozen set will give you true. So again, because it is immutable object, you cannot change it. So even though you are making a copy of it, so both will be identical, right? Now this will not happen with the deep copy. Let's say that for the deep copy we are importing the deep copy functions. Now we are applying a deep copy on the S1 and creating S2, and now we are trying to check with both is equal to true or not. Here, no, it is not. So it is false because deep copy try to get each object and try to create each object separately. So it's like creating a different object, though both are identical, right? Now let's talk about the set operations. So all of the non-mutating set operations we can apply on the frozen set, right? But we can also mix the simple set and the frozen set operations. Right over here, consider that we are getting a frozen set and we have this simple set. Now what we're trying to do is we are trying to get the union of frozen set and the simple set. Now the first S1 is the frozen set and S2 is the simple set. But when you try to do this, it will work. This is giving you the output. But the things to note is the result we are getting as a frozen set. Why? Because the first operand was the frozen set data type. Now what happens when we switch these value? So here first we use S2 and then we use S1. If we do this, now we are getting the plain set. So this is what happens. So the data type of the result is decided based on the first operand, right? Now here we have this two set S1 and S2. Now here again we are trying to get this AND operator or the intersections. So again, because S1 is the frozen set, we are getting the frozen set, and here because S2 is not the frozen set, so we'll get a simple set, right? So the same thing will go with the difference and the symmetric difference. Here again we are trying to do the same thing, right? And here with the symmetric difference we are getting the same out. right? So all this operator will work similarly, right? What about the equality? Here we have this 2 set. Now when we try to set S1 is S2, this is false because both are the different set. But when we check S1 equal to S2, this is true. Why? Because both have the same element, right? This is very much similar to the numerical value. Like here we have this integer and the float data type, but both have the similar meanings, right? When you check the equal to, this will give you true, and this will also give you true with this example as well, because this is the complex number, but both results the same thing, so this will also give you true. So same thing happens in the set over here, right? And yeah, this is it. This is all about the frozen set. Thank you very much.